The right of an unborn fetus overriding the right of a pregnant woman, the right of a mother. Well, before we get into the case or what really went down, let me tell you, India has the most progressive laws on abortion yet. The top court of the country, the Supreme Court, picked the right of a fetus over the right of a mother. In this case, what would it mean? It would simply mean that a mentally ill woman would now be forced to birth a child that she never wanted, was adamant that she wanted an abortion. Women's autonomy, the right over your own body versus the right of an unborn child, was a dilemma for India's top court in this case. Why? Well, what it led to, let me tell you first, the big pro-life versus pro-choice debate. It was a case that had India and its top court split. I know what side of that divide I stood on, but we're going to tell you a bit about the case, so you pick your side. Now, what was the case? The Supreme Court on Monday rejected a petition filed by a woman to abort her 26-week pregnancy. Now, this bench was headed by Justice D.Y. Chandrachud, very progressive, have usually ruled in the favor of pro-rights, pro-gender, pro-women. Said that it could not permit this abortion as medical assessment showed no threat to the pregnant woman or any defect in the fetus. Before that, let me tell you, till now, what's been the norm. Till 20 weeks, abortion is allowed in the country. Till 24 weeks, a doctor has to sign in, and there are certain caveats and certain conditions on why abortion can be allowed. This woman, of course, was 26 weeks pregnant, but she didn't come to the courts 26 weeks pregnant. She came at 24 weeks pregnant one day, which would make it just one day over the legal limit for her to seek an abortion. However, the top court said no to her, that she could not abort, and also directed the state to bear all the medical costs and said that it would be up to the woman later on to keep the child or put the child up for adoption as and when the woman wanted, or if the woman wanted at all. Now, this case concerns what? She's a 27-year-old married woman with 2 children who is currently 26 weeks pregnant. The woman had approached the court seeking an abortion on grounds that she does not wish to continue the pregnancy as she is mentally unwell. She said she could not raise a 3rd child. She was emotionally, financially, and mentally unstable. The medical board looking into her case confirmed that she had postpartum psychosis, that she was deeply depressed. Her lawyer has also argued that the woman in question has tried to take her own life, commit suicide twice, and failed. So let's talk a bit about this woman. Many would ask, why did she come so late to seek an abortion? She didn't know she was pregnant. Why did she not know she was pregnant? She has a 1-year-old child already. She was breastfeeding that child. Now, she was lactating. That would mean she had an absence of menstruation. That also medically serves as a contraceptive. She's made it very clear that even the 2 children that she has, she can't take care of those children. Not just that, she also said in court that she can't even take care of herself. And mentally for her, it's exhausting. Not just exhausting, debilitating. And she cannot have this child. For 2 weeks, her case went on. It was heard by a 2-judge bench, which strangely allowed her to terminate her pregnancy till an AIMS report came out to suggest that the fetus was viable. And then there was a split in the 2-judge bench. However, one of the judges in that 2-judge bench held the view that the identity of the fetus is not separate from the identity of her. Therefore, her body, her rules. Did anybody think about her? What she was going through? What she wanted? Could she actually have this child? And by being forced to have this child, what about her? She's already contemplated suicide twice. Will she look at that again? And would we have, as a country, looked at the case very, very differently if she wasn't married? Because one of the arguments given in court was she's married. The other argument that was given in court was also that she's not a victim of sexual abuse, because victims of sexual abuse have been allowed to terminate their pregnancy well in its 25th week. And lastly, that there is no abnormality where the fetus is concerned and her health is not at risk. But did we even think about her mental health? Because her mental health is at risk, and she's made that very, very clear. What remains to be seen is, as we watch out for the rights of an unborn fetus, what about her rights? Should we also somewhere down the line think about the fact that we are bringing a child that is unwanted into the world? What about that health of that child? Because now, if the mother doesn't give up the child for adoption, then the child will live with a parent who never really wanted that child. And away from all of that, what is the legal opinion? The legal opinion says that this is an exceptional case. It was a very, very hard case, and the court took the purview that it did. But did we, somewhere down the line, follow the law, but not the spirit of the law? Because sometimes hard cases make for bad law. We leave it for you to decide. What about her?
For more informative videos like this, keep watching India Today Newsmo.